the invisible economy of Christmas. Every December, children around the world are told a story. If they've been good, Santa Claus will deliver presents on Christmas Eve. It's a tale steeped in magic, generosity, and unconditional joy. But beneath the glittering tinsel and the soft glow of holiday lights lies a paradox. An economic system so vast, so complex, and so unaccountable that it defies every known law of logistics, labor, and resource allocation. In contrast, consider the grounded alternative. Parents. Adults who earn wages through work, participate in markets, and exchange their time and energy for goods and services produced by others. When a mother buys a toy for her child, she isn't conjuring it from thin air. She's participating in a web of human effort. The toy was designed by engineers, molded in factories powered by electricity, shipped across continents using fuel refined from ancient organic matter, and sold in stores staffed by workers paid, ideally, a living wage. Every purchase is a ripple in a real economy, a vote for certain kinds of labor, innovation, and consumption. And importantly, in many households, the gift is tied to observed behavior. Good grades, kindness to siblings, helping with chores. The reward is earned, not arbitrarily assigned by an omniscient overseer. But Santa's model operates on entirely different principles. It begins with total surveillance. According to the myth, Santa knows when you're sleeping, when you're awake, whether you've been bad or good. That implies a global monitoring infrastructure, cameras, microphones, magical data streams, capable of tracking billions of individuals in real time 365 days a year. Who maintains this system? Who watches the watchers? Are there elves in a North Pole control room, scrolling through feeds of children brushing their teeth or arguing over video games? The privacy implications alone would make even the most hardened tech executive blush. Then there's the labor force. Millions, perhaps billions, of elves work year-round in subarctic conditions, unpaid, producing goods they never get to enjoy themselves. Their workshop, often portrayed as quaint and cheerful, becomes, under scrutiny, a site of extreme exploitation. No contracts, no overtime, no union representation. Are the elves free to leave? Do they have healthcare, retirement plans? And what of innovation? Who designs the latest drones, tablets, or electric scooters that appear under trees each year? Did the elves reverse engineer them from discarded Amazon boxes? Or are they tapping into global supply chains illegally, ethically? Resources don't grow on trees, even magical ones. Plastic, lithium, rare earth metals, cotton, cardboard, all must come from somewhere. If Santa's workshop isn't purchasing these materials at market rates, then they're being extracted. From where? The Arctic tundra? The ocean floor? Is the North Pole sitting on untapped mineral wealth? Or is it strip mining developing nations under cover of snow and reindeer dust? And then the delivery. One night, one sleigh, 8 or 9 if you count Rudolph reindeer. An estimated 2 billion children under the age of 14 worldwide. Even if we assume only half celebrate Christmas, that's still nearly a billion stops. To visit each home in the roughly 31-hour window afforded by time zones, Santa would need to make 822 visits per second. The sleigh would have to travel at speeds approaching a significant fraction of light speed, generating enough heat to incinerate both reindeer and presents. The energy required would rival a small star. Who pays the electricity bill? Who feeds the reindeer the other 364 days? Are they kept in stables powered by geothermal vents? Do they graze on enchanted lichen? Most unsettling of all, how does Santa decide who's good? A child might behave perfectly from January to November, only to have a meltdown on December 23rd. Does that erase 11 months of kindness? Conversely, what about a child struggling with trauma, poverty, or neurodivergence whose behavior is deemed bad by an inflexible moral ledger? The Santa system offers no appeals process, no transparency, no second chances. Meanwhile, parents, even exhausted, underpaid, overworked parents, operate on empathy, nuance, and love. They see their children in full, not as binary data points. They understand that generosity isn't magic, it's work. And that work, though invisible to children, is the real miracle of the season. The gift and the glitch. The Santa myth doesn't just obscure economics, it rewrites ethics. In the parental model, gift-giving is relational. A child receives a present not because they passed some cosmic audit, but because someone who knows them, flaws, quirks, tears, and triumphs, chose to express care through material form. There's reciprocity in that. A handmade card, a shared laugh over a board game, the quiet pride in a parent's eyes when their child uses a gift well. These are feedback loops of mutual recognition. The economy here is emotional as much as financial, and it runs on trust, not surveillance. Santa, by contrast, operates like a celestial algorithm. Input behavior, output reward. But algorithms are only as just as their data, and Santa's dataset is suspiciously opaque. Who defines good? Is it based on obedience, academic performance, politeness to strangers? The standard shifts depending on who's telling the story, but the underlying message remains. Your worth is conditional, and judgment is inevitable. Worse, there's no recourse. You can't appeal to Santa. You can't explain that you yelled because your brother broke your favorite figurine. You can't contextualize. You're simply naughty or nice, like a binary switch flicked by an unseen hand. And what of the elves, the invisible backbone of this entire enterprise? In children's books, they're merry, ageless, and seemingly content. But in any real-world labor framework, they're victims of what economists call extractive institutional design. They generate immense value, trillions of dollars worth of goods annually, and receive nothing in return, not even the dignity of ownership. Are they compensated in sugar-plum dreams? Do they own their creations? Can an elf patent a new kind of doll or file a grievance if their workstation is too cold? The silence is deafening. Then there's the question of scale. If every child on Earth receives even one modest gift, say, a $20 toy, that's $20 billion in retail value delivered in a single night. But retail value includes markup, logistics, marketing. The actual production cost might be $5 per item, meaning the North Pole workshop churns out $5 billion worth of goods. Where does that capital come from? There's no evidence Santa pays taxes, files import declarations, or participates in carbon offset programs. His operation appears to exist outside all regulatory frameworks. Uninspected, untaxed, unaccountable. It's the ultimate offshore enterprise, cloaked not in shell companies but in folklore. Some might argue that Santa's system is post-scarcity, that magic dissolves the usual constraints of supply and demand. But magic doesn't eliminate scarcity. It just hides the cost. If elves conjure toys from air, what happens to the matter they displace? If reindeer fly without fuel, are they drawing energy from the Earth's magnetic field? From children's dreams? From the emotional labor of anxious parents staying up late to assemble bicycles? Every system has inputs. The Santa myth pretends otherwise, creating a fantasy of infinite abundance with no consequences. That's not generosity. It's economic denialism wrapped in red velvet. And consider the aftermath. On December 26th, the sleigh vanishes. The surveillance ceases. The elves return to silence. But the waste remains. Wrapping paper in landfills, batteries in drawers, plastic packaging choking waterways. Who cleans that up? Not Santa. Not the elves. Parents do. Communities do. The real world always collects the bill that fantasy refuses to pay. Perhaps the deepest flaw in the Santa economy is its illusion of neutrality. It presents itself as pure benevolence, but benevolence without accountability is just power in disguise. A system that watches everyone but answers to no one isn't magical. It's authoritarian. And a gift given not because you're known, but because you've been rated, isn't a gift at all. It's a transaction dressed as grace. In the end, the most radical act of the holiday season might not be believing in Santa, but choosing to see the real hands behind every present. Tired, human, imperfect, and willing to give anyway. Not because you've been good, but because you're theirs.